But all's well that ends well. Grahatia's timely provocation has had the desired effect, and Sigurd has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to the Limbs of Laminza and pass on the invitation to the Admiral. Alright. Limsa, Laminza, Limsa, woo-wee-doo-wee-doo. Alexander, your companions have already reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? I didn't walk with them. They walked off and I'm like, guys? Okay, I'll go by myself. The Astalicia is the very last place for such a meeting. The Admiral will be marching right into the Coel's den. I hope we don't end up regretting this. Sigurd does not want for confidence, that much is plain. But I have faith in the Admiral. She has dealt with far worse. While we have no assurances Sigurd will be amenable to reason, there can be no compromise without discussion. There you are. We have eagerly awaited your return. I forgot what his voice is like. Welcome back, my friends. What news? Blah 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 blubby 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 blubby. So they have been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice to say, I accept Sigurd's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the scions present to bear witness. Definitely not a trap.
Who's come crawling?
Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sigurd, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right!
Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take!
Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place.
Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, They were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us? Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfir!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Oh, that's a pirate voice.
Captain!
Seems the welts have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Limsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything ye want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You have the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
Well, I think we found my favourite voice actor. Also, just a quick thing here. This is actually something that I brought up in the past. This is the kind of story that has been missing from 14 up to this point. Uldar has been very central to the plot, and there's been really, very deeply entrenched in the story and given more information and more backstory. Gridania has a lot, but nowhere near as much. Limsa has way less. And this is the type of stuff that they should have had, so far. While I don't condone what Sigurd has been doing, I know how difficult it can be to change course. It took me long enough to join the Scions, didn't it? When the discussion gave way to a duel, I feared what might unfold. Yet only a fool would underestimate the Admiral, as Sigurd soon discovered. There are times when one must stand one's ground, even if it if the cost of failure is beyond reckoning. The Admiral did just that, and I have nothing but respect for her. As she continues to steer her nation through this period of transition, I pray the Navigator will see fit to fill her sails. I'm going to give you a pirate voice because I can. Like Miss Beard before him, Hailfire chose to trust the future of our nation to the Admiral. That was the moment, I believe, that the good ship Limsa finally embarked upon her new course. Aye, matey. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee Hailfire would intervene. But full glad am I that he did. 'Twould have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbours. Alright then. The great ship Vilbrand. For the first time in a long time, you never see her name, Merweb's course is clear. Merlweb? Merlweb. Now I need hardly tell you, but any attempts to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grip of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the Kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years past, when the Sahagins swarmed at our hulls in even greater numbers, Limsa entered into a covenant with the Kobolds. To men shall go the bounty of the sea, to Kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Aye, inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lenosia, which the Kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed, and on it went, till every arm of Vilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is the present, fresh and raw, and with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the Kobolds' trust, even should we cure their tempered. Admiral, you speak of obstacles like we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the Kobolds would agree. Oh, I've gone into a different voice, I have. Oh, I see no reason why the Kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystals to them, and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait! They would welcome us into their midst, not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meaning a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch. But he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on hand, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the Kobold side would jeopardize our chances of peace. And there my venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's Chain? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subside them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbeard used to take goods and not life. Aye, that would serve. Well done, Marshal. God, if only we knew who Mistbeard was. Such a mystery. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alice would be defenseless. Even should we look to her protection, I am not convinced we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesleen would do, and had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So, I'm going to cure that priest, or die trying. I believe in you, Alice! There's nothing we can't do. And I believe in you too. You and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It's settled then. See to your preparations. We make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon. As the sun rises, the plan begins. Alright, they've buggered off to Camp Overlook. Toodly 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 toodly. Teleport jump. I see you over there. Be under no misapprehension. The extent of the High Priest's tempering is like to far exceed that of Gabu. But then his was a relatively mild case. Milder indeed than the majority of those we wish to save. The coming mission will be a truer test of our treatment. I have no doubt that Alice will succeed with the cure, if we can but afford her the time. Alphino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed, and should you want for ether, you need only say the word. Gabu! Did you follow us here?
There's something important I wanted to say to the High Priest. Express, state, say. Please let me come with you, please.
I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me you'll stay here where it's safe, alright? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured an audience. All unfounded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zadar of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure at the Naval. If you are ready, let us proceed to Ugamoro Mines at once. What? What? Why did you move me like 10 feet? In fact, I'm gonna go back and talk to Gabu.
But I really wanted to go with you. Accompany, join, go with you.
I can fly! Not very high, though. They really set the ceiling to this area quite low, given like how high. Just think like the ceiling's like really close to the height of that. Anyways, let's continue. I'm sure there was good reason for why they did it.
Flying Lalavel!
Oh, God damn it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That way. Ah, the crystal makes sense. LAC can be forgiven a certain amount of recklessness, but if she goes so far as to contemplate sacrificing to herself, I will remind her how she responded when I thought to do the same. Not that we will let it come to that, of course. Ready when you are, my friend? Ha ha ha. There's nothing more to say. I'm going to do this. For Gabu, for Tesleen, and everyone who's ever dreamed of a better future. Patriarch Zada. If the name sounds familiar, it is because he was the one who presided over the deaths of Gabu's parents. I tried to reach out to him that day, only for my pleas to fall upon deaf ears. But this day will be different. We will reach out together, all of us, and we will take peace in our grasp. I'm gonna have a quick sip of my juice. Oh, wait a minute. The Conqueror's chain stands ready, but weaken your foes and it will see them subdued. Alright. The Aetheryte will bear us to our quarry. Should he make to summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. At this, all hells will break loose, and we will have an army of kobolds to entertain till Alisay's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We weaken them, then let Mistbeard do the rest. That's a name. Einzar? No idea what that would mean. It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall. Let's do this!